I am Alicia from ClubMates, and I'm here with Rod.
From Tag5, yes.
Yeah, so tell us, Rod, we're at the Disability Connection Expo in Brisbane, and we are at our stand over here. ClubMates is just opposite Tag5, which has been a bit of a happy coincidence because we've been chatting and we've got a few things in common in terms of our values of getting out and adventuring. Tell us a little bit about Tag5 and what you guys do.
Yeah, well, Tag5 started 2008 with my brother-in-law, Jermaine, and he needed some stimulation for clients, and he started with camps. First year or so, he just did camps, and it went really, really well. After that year, there's a lot of participants started finishing school, so we had to interact different programs into there, and that's how we started with Impact, Getaways, and camps have been our major programs and really successful.
Yeah, wow. So what was it that inspired you to get into the camps?
Camps is just, it's sort of double whammy in a way, because you're taking some participants for them to learn skills, to interact and, and build friendships. And at the same time, the parents had a break as well at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the outcomes, the stories and the transformations that you've seen in some of the participants.
Oh, with the participants, obviously, they grow as they go through. They build friendships. They start doing things that previously weren't able to do. Like surfing, body surfing, jet skiing. We got jet skis in the last probably 6-7 years now. So, and at the beginning they wouldn't get on, and now they just want to go faster and faster. Things like that, breaking barriers. A lot of friendships along the way, and that's probably the best thing for them. Just communicating with other participants. Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit before about travel and international travel. Now, Rod, your background's
South America, Chile,
from Chile, and you were telling me that you took a group to Chile.
Yeah, that would have been just before COVID. We went for 2 weeks.
Wow.
It took a lot of organisation, obviously. We've got family members over in Chile that help us out, and we hired 2 minibuses, and we toured the south of Chile. A lot of participants, first time they've seen snow over there. We sort of went up to a volcano, saw snow up there, learned the language of a few of them, good morning, hello, thank yous in Spanish, which was really good, and they enjoyed the food. Yeah.
Tell us about one of the things that we really need to go through when we're doing international travel is the booking and planning side of things. What were some of the challenges that you, or some of the considerations that
you had? Obviously, we had a couple of participants that need more sort of care, and we made sure there was no baths, it was just showers, and sort of walk into the obstacles of as like a wheelchair sort of thing. The language, because they couldn't go and buy things on their own. They're quite independent, but the money handling, it was their pesos, and you're talking in the thousands for $1, sort of thing. So that were the sort of challenging bits. But overall, it was more the organisation to get there than actually doing it, because they got on really well.
How was it flying with large periods of challenging?
A bit. It was 12 hours from Sydney.
Wow. From
Sydney to Santiago, it's a 12-hour flight.
Yeah.
It was a long flight. The medication, everything we sort of had to manage along the way. And we left, say, midday on a Monday, and we got there on 12 o'clock midday Monday, because they're 12 hours behind us. So we left at the same time.
How did everyone react with jet lag?
Oh, that was, our ploy was to keep them up as long as possible. So we didn't go to bed straight away, so we went out. And then we sort of had a big party that night, because it was my son's birthday. And so he celebrated here and celebrated there at the same time. And we stayed up as much as possible, so we had a really good sleep afterwards, and it was sort of the next day or two acclimatised quite well. Yeah.
Now, I do have another question that I'm really curious about. I've travelled a bit of South America myself. How did you find the differences in adapting to the standards of different things and food and maybe cleanliness, toilets and this kind of thing?
Yeah, well, the toilet was one big experience. To start with, you got to pay over there. You got to pay for a toilet. Toilet paper and that. So that was a big eye opener for them. Food wasn't too bad. I think everyone adapted quite well for the food. It was more the language barrier, what they're saying, sort of thing like that. But everything was a lot cheaper over there than here, so they enjoy that sort of part of the shopping part of it.
Yeah.
And maybe it's just the cold weather that some of them being that cold, because it got to sort of minus at times.
Outcome-wise, if you were to try to explain to someone why international travel is worth it in comparison to just doing a local trip, what would you say?
It's just the cultures, different cultures, the way of life in different countries, and I think they all came back appreciating Australia so much more.
You were mentioning
because,
even your own offspring had a better appreciation.
Yeah, obviously, because there are sort of not as wealthy a country as ours here in Australia, and they adapted quite well. And at the end of the day, they appreciate it a lot more. But at the same time, they're more sort of human touch over there. They're more closer.
That is true.
Here is
very
more
accommodating.
Yeah. Here is more like we work, we go home, and then we work the next day. Over there, it's more sort of family orientated.
And I felt, bit of perspective.
Yeah.
International travel gives you a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks very much for chatting to me today, Rod.
Okay, thank you.